Hi, welcome to Excel Pro. My name is Steven Childress. I'm the safety manager here. Today we're going to talk about a few things that are going to help keep you safe on the job site. The first thing we're going to talk about is reporting injuries. Your safety is Excel Pro's #1 value. With that being said, we do understand that accidents do happen, okay? But there's some important things that you need to know. The first thing that we're going to talk about is when to report an injury. If you think you are hurt, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant you think it is, you have to report that to an Excel Pro representative as soon as it happens. Don't wait until the next day. Don't wait until the next week. Do it as soon as it happens. The sooner you report things, the more the communication that we have to make sure that you get a full recovery. So, some things to note when you are injured. Number 1, failure to report an injury in a timely manner may result in disciplinary actions up to and including termination. Number 2, if you are sent to the doctor, please keep in contact with the HSE department. Communication to the HSE department is what helps us most in ensuring you a smooth transition back into the workforce. Number 3, always remember that we work very closely with our clients to ensure a safe work environment. But you, as the individual employee, are ultimately responsible for your own safety. The next thing we're going to talk about is lifting and ergonomics. Ergonomics is how work is fit around the human body. Okay, but mostly when we talk about it, we're talking about lifting and how to lift properly. Okay, so we moved outside because I'm actually going to show you how to lift properly. Okay, so you've got your box here. This is what you're going to move. You've already got your clear path. You know where exactly you're going, and everything's good to go. Okay, so whatever you're going to do is you're going to move up to the box. What you're going to do is you're going to bend at your knees. Okay, not your back. You're going to keep everything straight. You're going to keep your face forward, everything straight. Okay, then down. Pick up the box, bring it back up, just like that, using your legs, not your back. Whenever you're carrying anything, you want to keep it right here. This is your safe zone, basically. Okay, right here, everything's parallel, and then you're moving it. Okay? Awesome. Remember, some things to note when lifting. Number 1, always use your legs, not your back. Number 2, have a lift plan and make sure your path is clear before moving anything. Number 3, if using a buddy lift, use clear communication. This means 1, 2, 3, lift. That way you guys are both on the same page about where you're going. And number 4, never lift anything over 50 pounds without help. Either help from another person or preferably a forklift or something of that nature. Now we're going to move on to heat illness. Okay, when it comes to heat illness, there's 2 different types. There's heat exhaustion, which leads to heat stroke. If you know the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion, you're never going to get to heat stroke. If you look, you'll see heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion is you're feeling faint or dizzy, you have excessive sweating, cool, pale, clammy skin. It's possible to experience some nausea or vomiting, and you'll have a rapid, weak pulse, and typically you'll have some muscle cramps. These are all signs of heat exhaustion. This is telling you that your body's getting too hot, you need to go to a cool place. If you don't listen to these signs and symptoms and you continue to work even though your body is telling you to cool down, then you're going to get to heat stroke. Heat stroke, the symptoms are a throbbing headache. You'll actually stop sweating. Your body temperature will be above 103 degrees. You'll definitely experience some nausea and vomiting. You'll have a rapid, strong pulse, and you can probably, and you most likely will, lose consciousness. Those are the signs and symptoms of heat illness, okay? But like I said, if you pay attention to your body is very good at telling you when you're getting too hot and when you need to go cool down, okay? You just have to listen to it. So, some things to note on heat illness. Number 1, if you listen to the signs of heat exhaustion, you will never reach heat stroke. Number 2, it takes about 3 weeks for your body to become acclimated to whatever temperature you're experiencing. Your first 3 weeks, you need to pay close attention and listen to your body. Take breaks if needed and immediately report any signs of heat exhaustion to your supervisor. Number 3, if someone near you is showing signs of heat exhaustion, get them to an air-conditioned area as soon as possible. Additionally, Place ice or cool water on the back of their neck, underneath their arms, and on their groin region. Have them take small sips of room temperature water and notify your supervisor immediately. The next thing we're going to talk about is forklift awareness, okay? And I'm going to say forklift or powered industrial truck, okay? They're kind of interchangeable with what we're working with. Please note, this training is not certifying you to operate any piece of equipment, okay? You have to be trained and certified with the client that you are working at. It's very important. Some things to note. Refrain from using your cell phone whenever you're walking through the production floor. The number one rule regarding forklifts, is to never assume that they see you. If you ever have to get around a piece of heavy equipment, make sure that they see you, which means you get a hand wave, a head nod, some kind of verification that they see you. Never assume that they see you. Lastly, never operate a piece of heavy equipment unless you have been trained and certified to do so. The next thing we're going to talk about is lockout tagout, or LOTO. When it comes to lockout tagout, there are two different types of employees. There are authorized employees, and then there are affected employees. As of right now, everyone going through this training is considered an affected employee. An authorized employee is just somebody that's authorized and trained to lock out a specific piece of equipment. An affected employee is what you are, which means at some point, the equipment that you use may be locked and tagged out for whatever reason. The actual definition of an affected employee is: affected employees are individuals who work in the area where equipment is being locked or tagged out. While they are not directly responsible for performing the lockout tagout procedures, they are affected by the procedures because they may be impacted by the shutdown of equipment. These employees need to be informed about the ongoing lockout tagout activities, the reasons for the shutdown, and any potential hazards associated with the work. They should also be instructed not to attempt to restart or operate the equipment while it's locked out. Some important things to remember when it comes to lockout tagout. Number 1, never try and start a machine that has been locked and tagged out. Number 2, always keep limbs away from moving parts of a machine. Number 3, never try and lock out a machine unless you have been trained and certified to do so. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is fire extinguishers and how to use one. So, this is your standard fire extinguisher, okay? How you use one of these is use the acronym PASS, okay? Which is pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. So the first thing is pull. What you're gonna pull is the pen. The pen is located at the top of the extinguisher here, okay? What you do is you'll pull this directly out, okay? This will pop, it'll pop this little badge off as well. A means aim, okay? You're gonna aim the nozzle. This is your nozzle here. Okay, you're gonna aim the nozzle. Always point this at the base of the fire, okay? Not the flame shooting off of the fire, but the base of the fuel source of what's actually on fire. The first S is squeeze, which right here, there's a handle. You're gonna squeeze that. That's gonna actually open up the fire extinguisher to spray the content. And the last S is sweep. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna sweep this nozzle back and forth at the base of the fire. And that's the acronym PASS. That's how you use a fire extinguisher. Of course, these are just the basics. Each individual client and assignment is different, so you'll be giving what's called job-specific training for your assignment. These trainings will include the detailed instructions of how to complete your job safely each and every day. If you do not receive this training, it is your responsibility to tell your immediate supervisor that you need the training to complete your responsibilities. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and comment below with any suggestions on future videos you would like to see. And to keep up with future videos, hit the subscribe button. Our contact information with all of our social media is in the description box below, and of course you can always look us up at xlpro.com. Thanks and stay safe.